So the first one I'd like to try is 164 divided by 6. Turns out that 6 is the divisor. That's going to go on side. Does not mean that the smallest number always goes on the outside. It's just the second number. So we're going to put 164 on the inside. We're going to get set. And then we're going to try to do some division. I like to ask myself, does 6 go into 1? Which it does not. So I ask myself, how many times does 6 go into 16? And the answer is 2. So I will put a 2 up here, and then I will think to myself, how much is 6 times 2? And the answer is 12. So I will bring the 12 down here. What I'll do is I will do some subtraction here. And once I subtract the 12, I'm going to get a remainder of, or not a remainder, but a difference of 4. At this point, I then bring down the other number, which is a 4. And so I'm going to have another 4. So now I have 44. How many times does 6 go into 44? The answer is 7. So I'll place a 7 up here, and then I will put a 42 down here. So I'm going to subtract 42. And I'm going to get a difference of 2. When I get a difference of 2, that happens to be my remainder because I'm pretty much done with the problem at this point. So 2 now will be on top, will become my numerator, and my divisor will become my denominator. And so now I have a fraction of 27 and 2/6. You should also be able to reduce this to 27 and a third, which is reducing. We'll deal with that at a different point. But the main thing right here is your remainder is going to be going on top. That's what goes on top right here is your remainder. And on the bottom is your divisor. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to try one of these on your own and see how you do. Here's the question. 430 divided by 8. Okay. Hopefully yours looks very similar to this. The 430 divided by the 8. You ask yourself if 8 goes into 4, which it does not. 8 goes into 43 5 times. So at this point, you're going to think, well, I think 8 times 5 is 40. So I'm going to write minus 40. I am then going to subtract. I get a difference of 3, which is good, because it's less than my divisor. I'm going to bring down that 0. So I'm just going to add a 0 here. Ask myself, how many times does 8 go into 30? Well, I believe it goes in there 3 times. So what I do is I do 8 times 3, which is 24. And I'm going to subtract it here. Now, when you were younger, you probably had a question where it was like a remainder of 6. What we're going to do is we're going to take that remainder here, and we're going to put it on top of our fraction. So we're going to have 53, remainder 6. Well, let me think. I was dividing by 8, so that's my divisor. So that's at the bottom. So if you notice here, my divisor is on the bottom, and my remainder is on top. And this one can happen to be reduced. So you should reduce your answer to 53 3/4. So real quick review. Anytime you're doing a division, first number goes inside the box. Second number goes on the outside, becomes the divisor. In your quotient, you're going to have a remainder. Well, that remainder goes on top, your divisor goes on the bottom, and all you got to do is reduce. Good luck. If you have time, try a question right here, like when you have a divisor of 2 digits, like 15.